the 59 car, Braden Furby. The 42, Damian Andrews. The 84, Scott Witten. The 20, the birthday boy, Larry Ennis Jr. In the 85, Jonathan Weber. In the 72, Noah Caldwell. 19 is going to be A.J. Andrews. The 13, Alan Boyd. 202, Kira Maurer. 83 car, Zach Gibson. 44 car, Laura Day. And rounding out the field in the number 6, Dylan Martin. 15 laps around Midvale Speedway for this B main. Top 4 go to the A main. So watch, folks, for that 4th position. Top 4 transferring the A main. White flag, 1 lap to go. Next time around, green flag racing.
So getting ready to go, feature racing at Midvale Speedway. On week number 10, Air Gas Night. Chief starter Tommy Cale, green flag in hand. The top 4 transfer to the A main. Braden Furby, Damian Andrews on the front row. Green flag is in the air. And we're underway for our B feature in the My Water Doctor Compacts. Furby with the race lead. Now here comes Andrews on the outside lane. Scooby-Doo and to the front.
Lap number 1 going to go to Damian Andrews in that 42 car as Braden Furby battles for that 2nd position. Here comes Larry Ennis in that 20 car to the outside, battling for that 2nd position.
The birthday boy trying to run down the Scooby-Doo machine. Who is your race leader? Furby back to the 2nd spot and in danger of losing that position to Ennis.
Noah Caldwell in that Nolan Caldwell in that 72 car battling. Caution on the track as Braden Furby in the 59. Scott Witten spin out in 3 and 4.
Yeah, a little chain reaction deal down there on lap number 3 in turns 3 and 4. Furby kind of got checked up and Witten kind of checked back up into him, and just a little bit of contact down there in 3. We'll survey the replay here as you can see it on Randy Vision in turn number 2.
Chris Cale, our lights are going to be coming on, folks. Pay attention to the new lighting around Midvale Speedway. We can't thank Mr. Trailer Service. Here they are, folks, in Boulevard Lanes for sponsoring our light poles. Chris Cale, brand new lights around this facility.
Yeah, it's just beautiful light system here. Listen, Kim and Randy Smart, your track owners and promoters here at Midvale Speedway, have done a lot of improvements in their first little bit more than a year of stewardship of Midvale Speedway. The new lighting, all courtesy of Boulevard Lanes, 818 Emerson Avenue in Dover. Find them on Facebook. And Mr. Trailer Sales, visit them at mrtrailersales.com. They're on Steel Hill Road in New Philadelphia. We've got Randy Vision up there in turn number 2. And you know, what can you say about Randy Vision? When the sun starts going down, that thing just pops, doesn't it?
It's pretty cool, Chris. You're absolutely right. It does pop. Fans, that Randy Vision, what we see up here in the tower is exactly what you see down there in 1 and 2 on Randy Vision. As you can see us right now in the tower talking. Gary waving his hands. He's our monkey up here.
Dan and Miles do a great job of making sure all the ads get put up there, and the replays and the timing and scoring and everything that goes into it. They do such a great job. They got to sit up here and deal with us, but they've kind of grown accustomed to it, I think. maybe a little bit, right, Dan? Of course, he says. Where else would you want to watch the races from? At least it's air conditioning, he says. Well, I agree. So you're telling me that you're not having fun with us? So I got to put him on the spot.
Action that the general public doesn't see. It's fun.
Well, that's what it's all about. We're all about fun here at Midvale Speedway. Damian Andrews, your race leader. Braden Furby in second. The caution being charged with Scott Witten, as you guys saw up in turn number 2 in Randy Vision.
Absolutely. Also got an update, Chris. I just got a text message. In that 44 car, it is Justice Lennard, not Laura Day in that 44. So we just got a driver's change there. Next time around, we're going to take the white flag.
Green flag back in the air, 2 laps in, and here comes Larry Ennis Jr. trying to get to the inside of Damian Andrews, getting stacked up down in turn number 2. Andrews, your race leader. Ennis second. Nolan Caldwell up to the 3rd spot. Jonathan Weber up to 4th. So, you know, we were talking about where else would you want to watch from. Trey Oros said turn 4, of course. So thanks to Trey for sending me a text and saying he likes his seats down in turn number 4.
Well, you know what, Chris? Before I started racing and before I got up here, my seat was always down in turn 4. Even back when we had the big hill. Remember the big hill?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Good battle on the racetrack. 3-way battle for the 2nd spot behind Damian Andrews. And right now, all 4 of those cars going to transfer if they stay where they're at.
Right. Good battle between that 2nd place car of Nolan Caldwell and Larry Ennis. Jonathan Weber all over the back bumper, giving the chrome horn to the 20. But he's in a good spot if he can keep it clean and green. He'll transfer into the A main. AJ
Andrews trying to say, hey, I want to transfer up into that A main, and he's coming. Catching the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place battle behind his brother Damian Andrews. And AJ is now there, halfway home, 8 in, 7 to go for the My Water Doctor Compact B feature on Air Gas Night at Midvale Speedway. Nolan Caldwell to 2nd.
I'll tell you what, Chris, you wasn't here a couple weeks ago, but that 19 car's been on a rail the last couple weeks. He won the B main a couple weeks ago to transfer into the A main. So look, even though we're halfway, we got plenty of time for that 19 car to transfer into that 4th and final position for the A main.
And listen, give a shout out to those Andrew boys, right? They build a lot of their own stuff. They do most of the work on their cars. And, you know, Damian and AJ really do a great job of learning this sport, and they continue to get better and better each and every week as Nolan Caldwell to the outside of Damian for the race lead in the B feature with 5 to go.
AJ Andrews, Jonathan Weber make a little contact down in 1 and 2 as AJ Andrews gives the chrome horn to Jonathan Weber.
Yeah, that's for the transfer spot, too. So Weber and AJ Andrews battling for the transfer spot to move into the A main. Got to be in that top 4. 3 laps to go, 3 to go. And spinning, Andrews and Weber spin, and Andrews almost into the wall. Caution on the speedway. So just as we were talking about AJ Andrews, take a look at the replay on Randy Vision. He was all over the back bumper, that 85 of Jonathan Weber. As we see the 2 cars come into turn number 3, the little chrome horn there by AJ Andrews, got the 85 of Jonathan Weber sideways. Pretty easy call for race director Matthew Helms on that one. That's probably the easiest call of the night.
That probably is. I mean, it's plain as day.
So the 19 of A.J. Andrews being charged with that caution, as he'll get put on the hook, of courtesy of Akron Coach Towing and towed pit side. So tough break for A.J. He's got a little bit of work to do this week on that machine. Like we talked about, you know, Damian and A.J. they do a lot of their own work on their race cars. And, you know, they're just youngsters learning this sport. They've been here for a couple of years now. They continue to get better and better each and every week. They continue to learn, and I think AJ built that car entirely himself down there in that number 19 machine, the first one that he has actually built himself. And, you know, like I told him a few weeks ago, when you win in a car that you built yourself, there ain't much better feeling in this sport than doing it that way.
No, absolutely not. And, you know, it's a great feeling. That kid's always busting his butt trying to do what he can do to be here every Saturday and every Saturday. I say every Saturday and Sunday. I don't know what I'm talking about here, people, but it's all good.
You okay?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I want to give a round of applause for A.J. Andrews. It's unfortunately he's on the hook today, but it is what it is. That's part of racing. All right, folks, as these cars come around, they're going to choose inside or outside. So Nolan Caldwell going to be your leader in that 70 car. Damian Andrews second. Braden Furby third. Larry Ennis fourth. Scott Whitten fifth. Here we go, folks. We're going green flag racing.
Thinking that maybe Tommy Cale's going to throw the caution and did. So failed start. Braden Furby not up alongside Damian Andrews there. And caution on the speedway. We'll re-rack and try it again.
Once again, folks, watch that battle between the 20 and the 84, as that is your fourth place position. That's your transfer position as we go green flag racing. Here we go, folks.
Two to go, Nolan Caldwell, your race leader. Damian Andrews second, Larry Ennis Jr. And caution on the speedway for the 212 of Kira Maurer. We'll re-wrap.
Week out to keep this track clean, green, and raceable.
So looks like Kira Maurer will tag the tail end of the field. Lost it on her own. She'll be charged with the caution. We'll have 3 to go at the line. When we get the green, we will get things blown off over there in turn number 4. And we'll do our quick choose. Nolan Caldwell, your race leader. Damian Andrews second. Larry Ennis Jr. third. Justice Lenars in the 44 is 4th. Those 4 right now in the transfer position. Braden Furby, Scott Witten, Alan Boyd, Dylan Martin, and Kira Maurer all looking to transfer their way in. Here we go with the choose in turn number 4, behind race leader Nolan Caldwell. Everybody choosing the bottom. 59 will take the top, so will the 84. So we'll have 3 cars on the high side, everybody else on the bottom. 3 laps to go in our My Water Doctor Compact B feature.
Chris, I'll tell you what, this is going to be a shootout here. This is some good racing up front.
Oh, it definitely is. Battling for the transfer position. Top 4 transfer, green flag in the air, 3-lap shootout. Larry Ennis Jr. trying to get to the inside of Damian Andrews. Andrews fights him off, closes the door. Furby trying to take that 4th spot away from the 44 of Justice Lenars. 2 laps to go for Nolan Caldwell. Down the back straightaway, Nolan Caldwell going to see the white flag this time around. Damian Andrews second, Larry Ennis Jr. third, Justice Lenars fourth, white flag in the air. Is that the way they're going to finish and transfer? Scott Whitten trying to get around Furby for the 5th spot. It looks like those are going to be the 4 that transfer behind Nolan Caldwell, who will win the My Water Doctor Compact B feature. Damian Andrews, Larry Ennis Jr., and the 44 of Justice Lenars will transfer.
I tell you what, folks, that was some good racing. What do you think? Oh, come on, we can do better than that. Mid-Vid Speedway. Was that some good racing? That's better. Listen, oh, we got the 50-50 here. We're going to pull the 50-50. Bucky, go back up. You ain't winning this thing. You got enough money. I'm going to go interview, and when I come back up, we'll pull this ticket. Leggett tire, number 72, West Virginia on the hood. Leggett tire, car owner Dan Bucky down here in Victory Lane. Brenton and Gavin Blaze Bacon. You got me all confused. Everyone give a round of applause for Noah Caldwell. Nolan. I told you, man. I get your name mixed up. How was that, buddy?
It was fun, you know. I haven't driven this car since trophy stock, so it's a good time to be back in it. You know.
Well, I tell you what, you missed, or you hit the wall earlier in qualifying, Grandpa was telling me.
Yeah, broke a left front spindle on the first lap of qualifying, smoked the wall. It's a good time.
Anybody you like to thank on this car?
Dan, Leggett's Tire, Romar up there, Dad, anybody that's ever helped out.
You got anything for the A main? Because you're going to the A now, buddy.
Yeah, I doubt it.
There you go. Give a round of applause for Nolan Caldwell. All right, so we're going to do the 50-50 here with these Claymont cheerleaders. Come on, girls. This got to be better than this. You're high school cheerleaders, right? Let me hear it. All right, that's a little louder than little hand. That's very good. What is the pot?
$1,830.
$1,830. I don't like it when she's trying to take my time. Go ahead, little man. Let's pull it.
You girls had to work for your money tonight, didn't you? Huh? All right, so this is what we're going to do after this. I want you guys to line up to do a cheer for everyone. You good with that? You got to work for your money. You got to work for your money. You guys want to see these girls cheer? See? That's what I'm talking about. You're welcome. All right, let's read that number. Hands?
Number on the ticket, 857-230. Once again, 857-230. Come down and collect money. All right, girls, line up. Let's do this. All right, get lined up. I want you girls to scream loud.
winning ticket. He's walking out of here with the money. Maybe we ought to go get the security guard to get him out of here, right? All right, Modified's coming up next. Hand's going to go up there. Ground pound and Modified feature. Brandon France will start on the pin. Alongside in row number 1 is the 54 of Rick Elkins Jr. The 49 of Bob Page. The 09 is Philip Cox. Row number 3, the 52 is Chuck Elkins. The 74 is Bob Passwaters Jr. Row 4, the 33 of Bill Shimko. The 15 of Kyle Finlayson. The 55 is the Rooster, Brandon Bailey. The 28, KT, Keith Thomas. The 38, your fastest qualifier, Kevin McClintock. And the 34, Conrad Yoder. 25 lap, crate modified feature. Get ready to go green.
And we're racing. Rick Elkins, Brandon France, they're down in the 1 and 2.
Rick Elkins Jr., little contact from Brandon France right there. He's going to maintain that race lead in the 54. Just picked up this race car about a week and a half ago off of Doug McMillan. And that 54 out front. France in second, Bob Page third, in a battle with Philip Cox. Oh, contact.
Oh.
And a spin. Philip Cox spins in turn 2. Caution on the speedway on lap number 2.
I'll tell you what, Conrad Yoder went up out of 2 there and hit, I don't know if he hit the wall, if he dropped it, or if he didn't hit the wall, but it was awfully close with that 34 car.
Got real close up there.
He hit the wall. He hit the wall. You can see the white marks on the right front tire.
Once again, thank you to the Claymont Lady Mustangs cheerleaders for coming down and doing the 50-50 tonight. How much money did we give away? How much money did they make and we gave away half to the fans? $1,800.
That's
Whew.
good.
That's a good one. That's very good for a regular season night here at Midvale Speedway. And there's your replay on Randy Vision. Philip Cox trying to get to the bottom. He does get there, and the 52 of Rick Elkins, a little bit of contact right there, and spins the 09 out, so it looks like the 52 going to be charged with the caution.
Don't forget, folks, if you want to watch this video again, go down, come up to the tower, or in front of the tower, excuse me, and order yourself a Mid-Vid video, racing video for $10. You can literally get them from the 80s to present. So come on down up, get yourself a video only for $10.
Yeah, they'll ship it right to your door. Mid-Vid Racing Videos, they got that in-car camera on board Bob Snyder Jr.'s car. Almost 107 degrees inside this race car during the heat races earlier. And we'll see what it is tonight. Definitely cooled down quite a bit. A beautiful evening here at Midvale Speedway for all of you great fans to come out here and enjoy some short track racing and support your local short track, as they will be choosing here shortly in turn number 4. Rick Elkins Jr., Brandon France, Bob Page, Phil Cox, Bob Passwaters Jr. Your top 5 as Elkins will tag the tail of the field. Once we get him back lined up at the end of the field, we will start our choose in turn number 4. So again, our 50-50 has been claimed. Just in case you didn't hear me, 50-50 was claimed. So congratulations. Man, how would you like to show up to the racetrack and walk out of here with $1,800? I mean, I get paid pretty good by Kim and Randy, but I don't get paid that much.
Yeah, that'd be a nice chunk of change to walk out of here with one night.
All right, so choosing in turn number 4. Again, if you are new to Midvale Speedway, at the arrow in turn number 4, they choose behind the leader. The leader is out front by himself. And everybody else has the choice to choose inside or outside at the diamond in turn number 4. So they're choosing inside and outside behind the race leader who's out front by himself. A new rule we started about a year ago, and it seemed to work out really well. So Elkins up front, France on the bottom, alongside Bob Page. Green flag back in the air, 2 laps complete. Bob Page quickly disposes of Brandon France and now is all over, almost put it into the fence off of turn number 2. Had to check up, but he's all over the back of Rick Elkins Jr. in the 54.
Good battle between Kevin McClintock in that 38 and the 74 of Bob Passwater Jr.
Yeah, again, thank you to Alicia Manley for coming over. Oh, and contact going around, and McClintock goes around as well. First it was Brandon France going around after some contact, and then McClintock goes around. Was just about to say thank you again to Alicia Manley for coming over, talking a little McClintock racing with us as we lead up to Hall of Fame night here at Midvale Speedway. It was always great to catch up with the doc. And I'm sure her eyes are peeled over there in turn number 4, trying to figure out what happened. Take a look at the replay on Randy Vision. This view off of turn number 2. Into turn 3. Got spun. Oh, there it is. Right into the right rear of McClintock. After getting turned was Brandon France. So France got turned. Looked like Passwaters on the outside. A little bit of contact to the back of Brandon France. Spun him sideways and hooked him right into the right rear of Kevin McClintock. Your fastest qualifier was just a bystander in that. And he gets taken out, not of his own doing. Here it is on the Randy Vision in turn 2. There's Passwaters getting into the back of France. France gets turned sideways. And boom, the contact on the 38 of McClintock, just nowhere he could go.
You know, Chris, I think the way that looks, I think he bent the rear end. 'Cause Kevin's out of the car right now, and they're looking at the rear end.
Yeah, you can see it, yeah.
I bet you that nose hit that right rear in the front and probably bent that rear end tube or something.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot more than just a tire.
Yeah, definitely, and it's a tough break for Kevin. Kevin, one of our Hall of Fame guys, also a multiple track champion here at Midvale Speedway. Just a tough break for Kevin McClintock and the McClintock family there. Oh yeah,
just wrong place, the wrong time.
And you can see it right now, Chris. Look at that right rear. You can also see it on the Randy Vision there, crowd. You're looking at the same thing we're looking at, and the rear end's bent.
So they'll get the rollback out for the 38 machine as he will take the ride pit side. Brandon France looks like he was able to continue. Passwaters again got into the back of Brandon France in turn number 3. France got sideways, came down the racetrack, and got into the right rear of Kevin McClintock and eliminating the 38 machine here tonight. Good job, Randy Vision over there. Their quickly Mid-Vid Racing video team right on the scene, and yeah, a lot of right rear damage to the 38 of Kevin McClintock. Federated Auto Parts night at Midvale Speedway next Saturday night, Christmas in July night. And I know that guy right there and his race team will have that car fixed back up and ready to go. One of the biggest nights of the year for him and his sponsor and his business and his family. They love Christmas in July night. They donate so much here to Midvale Speedway for Christmas in July night. And we appreciate that. We know he'll get that thing fixed up and ready to go for next week.
Yeah, like I said earlier, it's a tough break for him because he's always up front. He's a top 5 car week in and week out, folks. And it's just hard and tough to see Kevin sitting there all banged up.
So again, great job by Mid-Vid Racing Videos giving us the on-the-scene footage so that you guys can see that down there. Even down in turn number 1, you can look up there on Randy Vision in turn 2 and check out the replays and the accidents and the aftermath and all that good stuff. Again, Christmas in July night brought to you by Federated Auto Parts next Saturday night here at Midvale Speedway. We'll have a lot of adult giveaways throughout the heat races, and at intermission we will have our bicycle giveaway. I think last year it was 50 or 60 bicycles we gave away. We gave away 96 backpacks stuffed with school supplies tonight. Listen, I mean, Randy and Kim and everybody, the whole staff here at Midvale Speedway do so much to make sure that the kids are taken care of and that the fans are taken care of. Look at the improvements of this place. Randy Vision down there, the big screen TV, the new lights, new scoring, timing and scoring, and the different light heads-up displays that we've got now down there on the flag stand, and just the amount of improvements that continue to go on here at Midvale Speedway are incredible. It's all for you, the fans, all for the drivers and their teams. I don't know what more we could ask for as fans, as staff, than what Kim and Randy give us. And, sometimes you just get that one person or two people on social media that like to just make a mess of things. And we got a couple nice messages tonight. Again, those people that came up here from Columbus, the Columbus area, they drive up here every week, drive up an hour and a half, 2 hours just to watch racing at Midvale Speedway because they said it's the best racetrack around. And when you start to get compliments like that and you start to see compliments on social media instead of the negativity, that's really what we need to do, right? Because this racetrack's been here for 71 years, 72 years. Without Randy and Kim being here and giving us a place to race, there is no Midvale Speedway. And you can only deal with the negativity so long, right? So it's time to start praising the track owners instead of being negative Nancy's towards the track owners. And that goes across the board at all racetracks. Whether it's Norton, whether it's Lorraine, whether it's Sandusky, it's time to praise the track owners a little bit for what they do. It's not easy to own a racetrack.
No, it's not. And folks, he praised Randy and Kim, and I 110% agree with him. If it wasn't for Randy and Kim, we wouldn't be where we're at today. But also, we can't thank you folks for not coming out. If it wasn't for you guys, you girls, you families coming out here, supporting us, supporting these drivers, doing what we all love to do, there wouldn't be a Midvale Speedway. I mean, it's
100%.
You folks are right there along with us and
Yep.
Randy and Kim.
Yep, and we can't. We don't have race fans in the stands if we don't have race cars on the racetrack. And you give it up to the drivers and the teams. Look, it takes all of us to make this work each and every Saturday night, and we appreciate each and every one of you and each and every one of those drivers and teams over there. All of our sponsors, like Airgas, they do such a great job. They got a host of people here tonight from Airgas, and it's great to see those people here, and a great crowd of fans. Just, man, what a good night. Even though we were all disappointed after July 3rd rain, and it rained on the 4th, and it rained on the 5th, and everything else, we're trying to put together some things for a big event for the Ohio Invitational coming up on Labor Day weekend, and just stay tuned to that. We obviously need some sponsors to help out and kick in, and listen, when you lose your biggest night of the year, it's difficult. It is difficult. So they're trying to get together and put on a big show for you guys on Labor Day weekend for the Ohio Invitational, but more to follow on that. Night of Destruction is going to be an important one, too, and the sprint cars.
Right. And I'll tell you what, folks, if you know anybody that is willing to help for our big shows here in the near future, step up. Give Kim Smart a text. She's on Facebook. Give Randy a text. Message them. Say, hey, we want to help out if you can, or we might know somebody who wants to help out. It always helps if somebody can step up, and even if they just help a little bit, that's more than what we had when we started this.
Yeah, exactly. And look, we give a lot of love to our businesses. Look, Airgas over there up on turn number 2. Everybody can see that. It's Airgas night tonight. If you leave here tonight and you don't know it was Airgas night, you weren't paying attention, right?
Right.
And we try to do our sponsors right here at Midvale Speedway.
Yeah, we showcase our sponsors really good. They're on the light poles. We have 2 sponsors that sponsor the light poles. In 1 and 2, the billboards. Of course, Randy Vision. 3 and 4, I can't thank Airgas You know, I haven't been able to talk about them much tonight, but it's awesome to see them step up and help us with a night of racing. And they also sponsor one of our local drivers, Kevin Gardner, in the 45 late model.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a good night here at Mid-Vid Speedway. We're trying to get Bob Passwaters Jr. lined up over there, and then we can get to the choose cone in turn number 4. So we're going to get the choose now in turn number 4, coming to the 1 to go signal. Again, they will choose behind Rick Elkins Jr. I'm guessing the 49 of Bob Page is going to go to the bottom. We'll see what France does. They're on back. So yes, Page goes to the bottom, France to the bottom. Phil Cox will go to the high side. Shimko to the bottom, and then the Rooster and Keith Thomas will both go outside. So we'll see what happens here. As we get ready to go back green flag racing, only 3 complete, 22 to go in our HRN Construction and Restoration Modified Division. Elkins, Chief Starter Jonathan Smith, green flag back in the air.
Good battle in the back of the field between the Rooster, Brandon Bailey, and the 28 car of Keith Thomas, battling for that 5th position. Elkins still your leader, coming out of 4, 5 laps in, 20 to go.
The Elk out front, Bob Page in second, Phil Cox, the Rooster, and KT are top 5. Brandon France, Passwaters Jr., Bill Shimko back there battling for about the 7th and 8th spots. We'll see if the 49 of Bob Page can get around the 54 of Elkins. Halfway home, Elkins and Bob Page starting to pull away from the field. 13 laps in, and caution on the speedway. Caution. Speeding ticket for Rick Elkins Jr. Speeding ticket for the 54 of Rick Elkins Jr. So if you're unfamiliar to Mid-Vid Speedway, you can't run 2 laps under your qualifying time, and we give a 10th and a half leniency. And if you go more than a 10th and a half under your qualifying time for 2 laps while you're the race leader, you get a speeding ticket. And Rick Elkins Jr. gets the speeding ticket, the first one of the evening.
Yeah, once again, he looked really good too, Chris.
Yeah.
I mean, Bob Page was struggling to get around him.
In the top four, if you qualify in the top four, you're exempt from that because you're in the top four, right?
Correct. Correct.
So from fifth on back, if you go a tenth and a half under your qualifying time, 2 laps, then you get the speeding ticket, and that's just the way it goes. It's to prevent people from quote-unquote sandbagging, right, during qualifying. So we'll get the 1 to go signal this time. Actually, we don't. We'll get it next time. So Bob Page, now your race leader. Philip Cox runs second. The Rooster, Brandon Bailey, Keith Thomas, and Brandon France, your top 4, or top 5 rather. They'll choose in turn number 4 as they'll see Chief Starter Jonathan Smith with the white flag in hand, telling the field next time around. Back to green flag racing right at the halfway point, 13 laps in, 12 to go. Page out front. We'll see what Cox does. He goes to the bottom. The Rooster goes to the top. Keith Thomas, Brandon France to the bottom. Bill Shimko says, I'll go out there and try it. So getting ready to go back. Green flag racing, 13 in, 12 to go.
All right, as they come down out of 3, they'll come out of 4 here. We're going to go green flag racing. Here we go. Bob Page brings the field in, back to green flag racing. Rooster goes into the second position in the 55 car. Cox falls back to third. Keith Thomas fourth. Page still your leader out front in that 49 car.
See if the Rooster has anything for Bob Page up front. Phil Cox in the third spot, KT in fourth. Bill Shimko a strong top 5 run for the 33. Caution on the speedway, Brandon France in turn 3 and 4. So you guys saw it on the replay. And unfortunately for the 52 of Chuck Elkins, that's the second caution that he has brought out tonight. He got into the 28 of Brandon France twice now. If you bring out 2 cautions, sorry, the 52 got the yellow with the contact of Philip Cox. That's right, my fault. But anyway, regardless, the 52 of Chuck Elkins, his second caution. If you bring out 2 cautions, you are sent pit side. So we'll re-rack. Going to check something real quick in 3 and 4, make sure the racing surface is good to go, and then we'll give them the 1 to go signal, let them choose up and try and get this last 10 laps, this event, in the books. Top break for Chuck Elkins. So there is a little bit of fluid down in turn number 4. Just a little bit. They'll put some quick stuff down, get it dried up, and we'll give the field the 1 to go signal. Again, want to thank McIntosh Oil Company, HRN Construction and Restoration, Wayne Dalton Sales and Service, My Water Doctor, O'Reilly Auto Parts, and Ross Mountain Barbecue and Catering, our division sponsors here at Midvale Speedway for the 2024 season. Also, thank you to Performance Towing and Akron Coach Towing, being our towing services here at Midvale Speedway. H&M Collision is our victory lane sponsor. BP Photography is our photography service here at Midvale Speedway. Britt does such a great job. Make sure you check her out on Facebook. Also 99.9 WTUZ Radio. Make sure you visit WTUZ.com. Listen to Nick and Conley on the Z Country Morning Show. Kaylee Chris on your work day. Shauna Berkey for the drive home. Myself and Eddie Hawkins on Saturday mornings. Big Z Sports on Friday nights coming up in the fall, in the winter, and the spring. Z Country 99.9. Also Mid-Vid Racing videos like Little Hands talked about earlier. Mid-Vid Racing videos come to the main scoring tower, right in front of the main scoring tower, to the turn 4 sign, and look up and tell them you want to get a DVD. They'll come down and get your order. Also, thank you to Boulevard Lanes and Mr. Trailer Sales. As we'll get the field, the 1 to go signal this time around. They'll choose, and we'll get back to racing. 10 laps to go in our HRN Construction and Restoration Modified Division. Seems like it's been a marathon so far. Hasn't been too bad, I guess.
No, it hasn't.
Just kind of feels it. It was like the sun was kind of still out, and then when it set, just seems like we've been doing it a while.
Yeah, well, it's these coffees, right? These guys got to get their heads up their butt. It's a good clean race, man. 15 in, 10 to go, like Chris said.
So Bob Page, the Rooster, took the outside lane. Philip Cox on the bottom. Getting ready to go, green flag racing. And we're back underway. 10 to go.
Bob Page still your leader in that 49 car. Rooster in the 55 seconds. The 09 Phil Cox third. In the 4th position, the 29 car KT Thomas. They're rounding out your in the 5th position, Phil Simcoe.
A good battle right now. Elkins trying to work around Shimko, couldn't get it done. He slipped up in the outside lane, and now Passwater's trying to get around the 54 of Elkins. It's Bob Page knocking him down out front as your race leader.
And we got a caution out there on the race track. Speeding ticket for the number.
And Bob Page gets the speeding ticket. No, you're
Yeah,
good.
sorry, Chris.
I mean, I know it stinks, right?
It does.
Because
it
it was a lot warmer out earlier, and it's cooled down quite a bit. And I get that.
Yep.
But listen, it all the more important to qualify in the top 4. And Bob Page didn't have a good qualifying run. He was like middle towards the back of the pack in qualifying, normally as a top 4 runner, but tonight he wasn't. And that definitely hurt him tonight, unfortunately.
I'll tell you what, though, this puts Brewster out front with Cox second, and I'll tell you what, and you know this, that 28 car ain't no slouch. He's won some championships around here. He knows how to get around Midvale Speedway, and that's the 28 car, Keith Thomas. He might do something here now, as he's been struggling all evening in this feature, but he might have something left.
He's probably going to be on the outside of Cox, I'm guessing. We'll see what they do at the choose here, behind Brandon Bailey. Guessing Phil Cox is going to go bottom and KT is going to go to the top. And that's exactly what happens. Shimko and both the bottom. And you've got Elkins that takes the top.
Elkins right back up.
Yeah, yeah.
Right back up
Lo and
there.
behold, right? Mr. Where did he come from?
Right. How about Shimko? Great run for Shimko having the first night out with that car. All right, we're going green flag racing next time around as they come into 3. Rooster's going to bring him out of 4. Rooster's going to go roosting.
Keith Thomas trying to get around Phil Cox for that second spot. Is Rooster trying to check out in the 55. Brandon Bailey was in the top 4 in qualifying, so no need to worry about his times. He was in the top 4. Is Phil Cox going to get around the 28 of Keith Thomas? And now Elkins gives Thomas the little Nerf bar in the front, moves him up the hill, move Rick Elkins Jr. back into that 3rd spot around Keith Thomas.
Here comes Rick Elkins back up into the 3rd position. Gets around KT Thomas. Does he got enough time with 21 laps to go, 4 laps to go? 21 laps in, 4 to go, excuse me. Holy.
Two to go for the Rooster. All over the back of the 09 of Phil Cox is the 54 of Elkins, all the way back up into that 3rd spot, looking for 2nd. White flag in the air for Brandon Bailey.
1 lap to go for the Rooster. Rooster goes down the back stretch. Comes down into 3 and 4. If he keeps it clean and green, he's going to win himself a feature. Here he comes, Brandon Bailey. Rooster wins. Phil Cox 2nd. Rick Elkins 3rd. KT Thomas 4th. Phil Simcoe 6th.
In the Valley Cattle. Sponsor number 55 going into H&M Collision Victory Lane.
As he'll get
unstrapped. You can see
cameraman on the scene. See if Miles flips over to the Randy Vision for the Mid-Vid camera. There he is. You see the Rooster get unbuckled inside the race car.
And let all the Rooster fans say, cock-a-doodle-doo! The Rooster back in Victory Lane at Mid-Vale Speedway. All right, man. You show up to Mid-Vale, you just win races.
Yeah, it feels like it's been a while since I've been back here, man. It feels good, man. I'm glad to be back.
Well, we're glad to have you back. I'm sure the competition's probably not, though.
No, it's now, nowadays with kids in the farm, it's tough to get down here, but we had a pretty good car tonight. It got tight on me there last 5 or 6 laps, but I mean, we're here, so it's fine.
Who you want to thank, man?
The family, my wife, for the kids, taking care of them while, we got other stuff going on. Mom and dad, my brother, my grandpa back at home, he missed this one, but I'm sure he'll have a smile on his face.
Absolutely. Well, you got to tell Grandpa and make sure he's here in a couple weeks.
It's tough getting him here anymore, but we'll try.
All right. Congratulations, man. Tell him we said hello, all right?
Oh, wait, Rodeo, thanks.
Your winner, the Rooster, Brandon Bailey.
All right, so I think we got bandos coming up.
Okay, I'll tell him that. Hey, that's what I said. All the Rooster fans say. Well, you got to get loud for me, baby. All right, so the bandos on the racetrack for their feature.
Joseph Witt, 77. Jeffrey Elkins in the 8. Benson Season in the 178. 3 cars. 12 laps around Midvale with these little guys.
Again, this is a beginner division for these youngsters, and it is, you know, they're just trying to learn how to go racing. And that's the biggest thing, is they're trying to learn. And sometimes they make mistakes, just like Jeffrey Elkins did right there and jumped the start. But we'll get them all lined back up. And again, they're just really youngsters just trying to learn this sport. This is the future of our sport. And we want to give them a place to race, so we give it a shot. And the bandos, Jeffrey Elkins, Joseph Witt, Benson Feaster, seem to show up each and every week. We appreciate that, them and their families and their crews. And we'll see who's going to win this one tonight.
Once again, folks, if you look down there at the Randy Vision, it's showing our upcoming events, which we got the Night of Destruction coming up. Right there it is. We also got the sprint cars, Buckeye State Shootout, August 3rd. Saturday, July 13th, that's right now. Christmas in July, Saturday, July 20th. And we're green flag racing. Ho and Joseph Witt, Jeffrey Elkins make contact, but they keep racing. Benson Feaster out front. Four laps in, Benson Feaster still your leader. Joseph Witt second, Jeffrey Elkins third. Like we said earlier, this is a beginner's class. These guys are getting used to racing around Mid-Vid Speedway, getting used to their cars, and just getting used to racing against each other.
Ten laps complete, 2 to go. Going to get the white flag this time around for Benson Feaster, Joseph Witt, and Jeffrey Elkins. White flag in the air for Benson Feaster, who almost lost it off of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, final time for Jeffrey Elkins. And off to turn number 4. Put your hands together for Benson Feaster. Benson Feaster, your Bandolero feature winner. Joseph Witt will finish in the second spot, and Jeffrey Elkins in third. Sorry, Jeffrey Elkins second. He missed. Scoring was messed up here. We got it fixed. Elkins in second, Joseph Witt in third. Your winner, Benson Feaster, pulling into the Ohio Tavern, My Water Doctor, TDT Septic and Excavating, Performance Paintworks.
in the victory lane. Sponsors on this car, White Tavern. 178, my water doctor. Little man's unstrapping. TDT sponsors. Here he is, everybody. I want you to give a round of applause to this little man, Benson Feaster. Buddy, come on over here. Take the glove off. I know you're probably sweating. It's too hot out here.
Yeah.
Tell me about that race. How did you started in the back, and you worked yourself all the way up front, and then when you got up front, you checked out, dude.
Yeah.
Who would you like to thank on this car?
TDT, Y Tavern, my water doctor, my paint performance, and everyone else.
How about mom and dad?
And mom and dad.
There you go. I'll tell you what. You almost lapped the field. Did you see them cars in front of you?
Yeah.
Was you trying to catch them?
Yes.
There you go. Everybody give a round of applause for Benson Feaster. I know one thing. I hear some loud noise over there. It must mean the big boys and the late models are coming up. There they are, Rooster fans, sit down. There they are, everybody. Late model racing time.
Macintosh Oil Company late models on the speedway. Inside Bob Snyder Jr.'s car, if you were wondering, 83 degrees. 82.4 to be exact.
Snyder Jr. in the zero car, first night out. George Riddle. In that beautiful number 7 car out of Canton, Ohio, Rich Roar. The 81 car, Brendan Lucius. In the 17, Nathan Smart. In the 67, in the 17, Andrew Smart. In the 67, Bob Page. 65, Jimmy Carter. 83 car, RJ White. The 1 car, Jesse Adams. The 45, sponsor of tonight's races, Air Gas, Kevin Gardner. In the 999, Neil Rowling. In the 169, Eddie Benjamin. 62 car, Taylor Swanson. 66, Calvin Collins. Rallying out the field in the 69, Vanessa McCreary. 30 laps around Midville Speedway.
Air gas night at Midvale Speedway. McIntosh Oil Company late models on the Speedway, week number 10. Getting down to business. Bob Snyder Jr., George Riddle on the front row. Hall of Famer Rich Rohrer in row number 2. The youngster, B-Man Brendan Lucius. The 17 of Andrew Smart, the 67 of Bob Page. El Presidente Jimmy Carter in the 65. Your fastest qualifier, R.J. White in the 83. Last time out, the 83 went to victory lane. Who's going to do it tonight? 30-lap late model feature. Getting ready to go green. Chief starter Tommy Cale. Green flag in hand. Field in turn 3. Now turn 4. At the stripe. Green's in the air.
George Riddle jumps out to the lead in the early stages of this race. Bob Snyder Jr. falls back in the second week as the 169 of Denny Benjamin. Sitting down in 1 and 2. Bob Snyder down in the grass in 3 and 4 coming back out on the front stretch.
So complete restart as the 169 of Denny Benjamin got sideways up in turn number 2. We'll re-rack and try it again. Have to get a little bit of dirt off of the racetrack over in turn number 3. Complete restart on the field. All right, field going to get the one to go signal this time. Try it again. Second time's going to be the charm. I can feel it. getting ready to go green. Bob Snyder Jr., George Riddle. 30-lap late model feature. Green is in the air. Bob Snyder Jr. much better start this time around. Field gets through and into turn number 3. Snyder will drop back behind George Riddle. Really loose on that 17 machine. Brendan Lucius trying to work around the outside. He'll clear Rich Rohr into third. Now working on Schneider. The youngster, Brendan Lucius, wants to pop some Mountain Dews in victory lane tonight. And he's trying to make it happen as he's trying to take over the second spot.
I'll tell you what, Chris, that 81 car's been fast the last couple of weeks. Won at Barberton Speedway last weekend. I thought that was his first career win. It was not. 81 car trying to go for his second win of this year, third win total in his career in the late model division.
Looking to the inside of Riddle, and I'll tell you what, George Riddle trying to play both sides of the street right now, and definitely holding up Snyder and the 81 of Lucius as Rich Rohr into a good battle with RJ White for the 4th spot behind the two that are side by side. Good racing in the McIntosh Oil Company late models through 5 laps. Caution for a wreck in turn number 4, the 169 of Denny Benjamin and the 62 of Caleb Swanson in turn number 4.
That 169 car, Chris, looks pretty bad. Left side damage, pretty sure right side damage, oh yeah. He's got a flat tire on the left side. Hopefully that crew can get a tire put on it if it's not too bad. But I don't know if it's going to be able to come back out for Denny Benjamin. Hard break for the 169 car.
Yeah, the 62 of Caleb Swanson pulling away. He's got some front end damage to that machine. Hopefully just cosmetic, it looks like. He'll probably go get looked at as well. Looks like Denny Benjamin gonna need a hook over there in turn number 4. So going to bring the rollback out for 169 of Denny Benjamin. Led the point standings most of the first half of the season with the 169.
Yeah, hard break for Denny Benjamin. He's been running really good these last couple months in that 169 car. It seemed like he had a little bit of it figured out. Coming from the dirt range, Chris, to asphalt, that's a big transition.
Yeah, it is, and he's done a good job. I mean, he never even seen an asphalt track until he got here to Midvale Speedway a couple of years ago. And hopping in this 169, led the point standings for much of the first half of the season. And now, first really bad night that he's had this year. And it's definitely going to take some work over the next week or so for the Animal Racing team and Denny Benjamin. So again, a lot of damage on the Denny Benjamin machine as they get that up on the rollback. Just about have that complete. They'll do a quick sweep of the racetrack in turn number 4. As you can see up there on the Randy Vision in turn number 2, the amount of damage to that machine, there's a lot more to the left rear than there is even to the right side of that machine, as Jason Main and the Akron Coach Towing Crew and Performance Towing Crew, Matt Wallach, all down there getting the work done. Denny Benjamin up on the rollback, and they'll tow the 169 pit side, as again you can see the damage to the left rear of that machine. And just you feel gutted for the Animal Racing team and Denny Benjamin that, you know, they run on a tight budget, and anytime you get that kind of damage, it's going to cost some money, and hopefully it doesn't take too long for them to get that machine fixed up. How about give him a big round of applause? He's led our point standings for much of this year. Give him a big round of applause. He's done a hell of a job coming from dirt racing to asphalt. Never been to an asphalt track until he started driving that 169 here about 2 years ago, and has really done a nice job. And hopefully they'll get that thing fixed up and get it back here as soon as possible. And the field looks like we're going to be sent away. No fluid was put down, so should be a quick yellow here. We'll send the field, and we'll get them single filed up, get them choose in turn number 4, and get back to green flag racing. Great job by the Akron Coach and Performance Towing Crew.
Yeah, you can't thank our track crew enough, Chris, as they do a great job here around Mid-Vid Speedway. Coming down here. Cars either going to go high or going to go low. Starting with George Riddle as he's the leader. So Snyder goes low, Lucius goes high, Roar goes high, RJ White goes low.
All right, 5 laps in, 25 to go. We had some good racing up front. Those first 5 laps, we'll see what the next 25 bring us. Green flag back in the air.
And we're back racing as George Riddle brings him down to the green flag, comes out at 2. Here comes Lucius.
What a run by the B-Man. Brendan Lucius to the front. The 81 leads at Midvale Speedway. Now he's got to hold off everybody else. Riddle still in that second spot, but here comes Rich Rohr. Looking to the outside of the 17 of Snyder. We've got RJ White. Just won a feature the last time he was here. Rich Rohr trying to power around the outside, take over that third spot from Schneider, and does. Move Richie Rohr, the Hall of Famer, to third.
Good battle in the back of the field between RJ White, Bob Page, and Jimmy Carter in that 65 on the outside. Lucius still your leader. George Riddle second, Rich Rohr third, Snyder fourth. Roar gives the love tap to George Riddle a little bit in the middle of 3 and 4. George able to collect it coming out of 2.
"11 laps on the board. Rich Roar trying to get around the 0 of George Riddle. Brendan Lucius about a half a straightaway lead. He does not want to see a caution. Rich Roar trying to get around Riddle. He wants a caution as Vanessa McCreary pulls pit side. Field all singled out behind Riddle. The only 2 cars that have broken away on their own is the 81 of Lucius, and the 999 of Rowley has slipped from the pack, and he's about a straightaway from going a lap down.
I'll tell you what, Chris, let's go in the back of the field a little bit and talk about that number 1 car, Jesse Adams. We haven't seen him since he crashed the car about a month ago, or a month and a half ago. They finally got that 1 car back together, raced it up at Barberton last weekend, did pretty good, and he's down. Oh, and we got a caution down there.
Bob Snyder Jr., Kevin Garner involved in that. Absolutely not what Brendan Lucius wanted to see. But if you are George Riddle, Rich Roar, and the rest of the field, you wanted that caution.
Absolutely, absolutely. It bunches them back up, and we're going to see what these boys in 2nd and 3rd can do with this 81 car. Brendan Lucius leading the race, doing an outstanding job of leading this race so far.
So looking at the replay, you guys saw it over there on Randy Vision, just like we did up here, multiple angles. And we're going to stop the 17 and 83 over there and see if we can let them figure it out. So after looking at the replay, talking to both drivers, you know, didn't really, they agreed to disagree. But the key thing was the 17 of Bob Snyder Jr. said the 83 wasn't at my door. And when they made contact, the 83 was at the door of the 17. So that tells me that the 17 gave him a lane going in, but didn't give him a lane coming out, because when they made contact, he hit him at the door.
Right.
So the 17 being charged with the caution.
Right, and it's hard for Bob. I feel bad for him, but you got to make a call. You know, like you said, Chris, the 83 was at the door. We've seen it. You know, Bob said he wasn't
all
at
seen
the
it,
door,
right.
but, you know, it is what it is, you know.
Yeah, we saw it, and all of you fans saw it. When they made contact, the 83 was at the door, the 17 of Bob Snyder Jr. So that is the reason for the caution. And if you are to the door, that is your lane, and you have to give him the lane. And unfortunately for Bob Snyder Jr., he goes to the tail. He's got a little work to do. We will choose in turn number 4 this time.
Hey, but plenty of time for Bob Snyder to work his way up.
Absolutely.
There's 15 in.
And listen.
15 more laps to go.
And listen, Bob Snyder Jr. doesn't drive that way. We know he doesn't drive it.
Right,
Racing
right.
accidents happen,
It does,
right?
it does.
And that was a racing accident, period. So we'll see what they choose behind Brendan Lucius. And I think you're going to see that number 7 already creep into the outside lane.
Yeah, I think he goes to the outside. I think, yep, here we go. Riddle to the bottom. 7 to the outside. White to the bottom. Page to the bottom. Oh, boy. Here comes the missile.
Yep. El Presidente.
Jimmy Carter, 65, right behind Rich Roar.
Things are going to get interesting. You've got 2 veterans, wily veterans, one a Hall of Famer, one probably going to be a Hall of Famer in the outside lane behind the youngster, green flag in the air. Boy, does Brendan Lucius got his work cut out for him tonight if he wants to get a win.
Yes, he does. This is going to be interesting. Rich Roar, George Riddle battle for that number 2 position. Coming in on halfway. Halfway in, 15 to go as Rich Roar.
Yeah, I don't think Richie's going to be too happy with George Riddle after this one. George Riddle got into the 7 of Rich Roar and got him up the racetrack, and Rich Roar dropped like a rock in the outside lane, and he is not happy inside that number 7 car. I can tell you that. It stalled out El Presidente as well, and it allowed R.J. White, the feature winner from a couple of weeks ago, to go right on the back deck lid of the 81 of Brendan Lucius.
Here we go. Both drivers have won 2 races this year, or 1 race this year. Can they go back to back? We're going to find out here. 18 in.
Brendan Lucius trying to hang on, and Jesse Adams spins in turn 4, and another caution on the speedway.
Oh boy, Chris, this is going to tighten things up now.
I'll tell you what.
This is going to be interesting.
I mean, listen, you've got the youngster and Brendan Lucius. You've got a hungry R.J. White, who just won a feature a couple of weeks ago. You've got George Riddle, the 67 of Bob Page, the 17 of Andrew Smart. Then you've got a not-so-happy Rich Roar and Jimmy Carter back there, who probably not happy with the 0 right now.
No, he's probably, I'd say he's a little upset. But we're going to see a tough break for the 1 car, man. Finally got that car back together, and I don't know what happened here. But he's sitting down in the 3 and 4 in the grass.
Yeah, I don't know what happened either. Didn't see a replay.
Getting out of the car, so that's a bad note there. Bad tune there, Chris.
Give Jesse Adams a round of applause if you're down there in turn number 4. Let him hear you, folks. This guy has had not the best of luck this year, but he always shows up at the racetrack with a smile on his face. He said, look, he thought the car was pretty good. And, yeah, something may be going wrong with that car. As he went up the hill, it looked like something amiss on the 1 car.
The way that looks, Chris, it looks like something just broke.
Yeah, I don't think anybody was really there.
No.
Behind him, and when he went into 3, you can see something kind of broke, and then almost got sideways and then just went up the hill. There was nobody there. and then he's going to make a hard left and go right into the infield.
I'll tell you what, Chris, it looked like that car from just a little bit we see there, it looked like the car was pushing up, entering the corner.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he tried to correct it or if the car was actually still getting ready to, or in the process of braking, and he tried to correct it and spun it right down to the infield.
Just went into the infield with it.
Something on the front end of that car, I think.
Yeah, I would say, I would agree with you. So tough break for Jesse Adams. He'll get his machine fired up in the coming weeks, I'm sure. He'll be back at a racetrack near you, hopefully here, Midvale Speedway next week. So Brendan Lucius going to have to hold off RJ White. Man, what a, you know, listen, I got the Mountain Dews are cold. The Mountain Dews are in the fridge. They're cold. My keys are back there. You know, they're ready to go.
He's
Just
got
saying.
a good shot. He's got a good shot. We're not going to jinx him here, but he does got a good shot. He's running good, and he's got to hold off RJ Wright. RJ Wright.
Not an easy task. And then when you look, you've got that 67 back there. You know he's going to be coming to the front. And then you've got a not so happy Rich Rohr back there behind Boomer.
And I'll tell you what, don't count out Boomer either. That 17 car is fast too. That's no slouch either. He's a really good driver. What I like about him is he's very safe.
You got Kevin Garner right there between Rich Rohr and El Presidente as well. Garner having a good run in that 45 machine here on Air Gas Night. His sponsor out there, so good to see all the Air Gas folks here tonight once again. Make sure you check out an Air Gas store and welding supply place in New Philadelphia or Canton. Whichever one you're closer to, make sure you visit one, airgas.com. Again, they are the leader in industrial, medical, and specialty gases, including safety products and specialty tools. Check out Air Gas in New Philadelphia or Canton. So it looks like 93 degrees on the in-car camera to Bob Snyder Jr. 93 even. So still pretty hot inside these race cars. 18 laps complete, 12 to go. Jesse Adams on the hook of performance towing. They'll get him towed pit side. Looks like maybe something in the right front suspension. You see once they get it up in the air hands, that right front tire not going the same direction that the left front tire is going.
Yeah, right front tire is, I say tie rod and something on the front of that
ball
car.
joint, maybe a spindle,
ball joint,
something
spindle.
in there. Yep.
right, so they finally get in that one car Jesse Adams towed off. Go back to green flag racing here pretty shortly. We got 18 laps in out of 30 laps feature race. Brandon Lucius in the 81, your leader. RJ White second. George Riddle third. Bob Page fourth. Nathan Smart.
You mean Andrew?
Andrew Smart. Why am I doing that tonight? The 17 car.
So, hopefully everybody's had a chance to catch their breath, because this should be a really good finish to this McIntosh Oil Company late model feature. As man, I'm telling you what, Brendan Lucius, RJ White, George Riddle, Bob Page, Andrew Smart, Rich Rohr, any of these guys can win this feature right now.
Oh boy, there goes Rich Rohr. I think he's going to go. Oh, they didn't pick that.
All right, so choose in turn 4. We got Jesse Adams towed off. He's through the pit chute over there in turn number 2. So time to choose up behind Brendan Lucius. What they gonna do? I'm gonna guess RJ White gonna choose the bottom. George Riddle gonna choose the top, but I have no clue as to what's gonna happen after that. And actually, I was right. No, Riddle chooses the bottom.
Oh boy, Chris, there goes Rich Rohr. Gains a lot of spots back. And look who he's beside.
Listen, it always happens. It happens in NASCAR. It happens in Mid-Vid Speedway. Anytime you make contact with somebody, you always end up restarting beside them.
Right. I'll tell you what, though, Chris. I'm very surprised to not see Jimmy Carter up on the right.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. So here we go. Green flag back in the air. 18 in, 12 to go.
Good battle between the second place car, between RJ White, Bob Page Jr. Here comes Rich Rohr.
Richie to the inside of Bob Page. Page up the racetrack, Rohr up the racetrack. Page going to hang on to that third spot, come down in front of Rich Rohr. RJ White in second. Brendan Lucius back to the race lead. 10 to go, 10 to go. Neil Rowley pulls pit side in the 999. And here comes Bob Page looking at R.J. White.
R.J. White all over the back bumper of that 81 car. One mistake, one hiccup, and R.J. White could fill the spot of the number 1 position. Lucius has got to run a clean and green race from here on out with 6 laps to go.
If he puts a wheel wrong, like you said, Hans, R.J. White going to be all over that 81. Right now, B-Man doing a good job up front, hanging on. 5 laps to go. 5 fingers in the air.
I'll tell you what, Chris, if the 81 car can pull this off, it's going to be a heck of a victory lane speech with you and him.
Listen, he has had a tumultuous season. Finally got off the Schneid, and boy, would he love to do it here at Midvale Speedway. And he's got 3 laps to hang on to do it. And R.J. White makes a bid and gets into the 81. And now they pile in behind him. R.J. White made a late move to get to the bottom of Brendan Lucius. It was a late move.
Wow.
R.J. White tried to catch him sleeping.
Hopefully the 81, hopefully everybody is okay.
Yeah,
Richie
looks
Rohr,
like,
Bob Page.
I don't think Rohr made contact with anybody. Looks like Lucius is okay. Looks like Page pulls away. Richie, that was just such a late move by R.J. White. He was just trying to catch him off guard.
Watch, fans. Randy Vision's got it up on the screen here.
So you guys got to see the replay. We all saw the replay up here. And after discussion, the 83 of RJ White will be charged with the caution. You know, here's the bottom line. You can't, he was on the rumble strips. Yes, he was to the door, but you can't just bonsai into the corner, hit somebody in the door and say, oh, well, I got to your door, so you go to the tail. It's not the way it works.
Right, and you're absolutely right, Chris.
It was a good move, but it was a late move.
And it was a hard decision.
And it was a hard decision.
Very hard.
And it is what it is. It's different than what it was with Bob Snyder down here. They weren't racing side by side, and it happens at the exit or late in the corner. This happens very early, I mean, going into the corner, and it's just, yeah. So the 81 will be your race leader, and we'll now have the 67 of Bob Page and the 7 of Rich Rohr behind, as well as the 0 of George Riddle, the 17 of Andrew Smart, the 65 of Jimmy Carter. So tough break for the 83 of RJ White, trying for 2 in a row. And, you know, he gave it a shot. Look, you had to try something. Time was running out, and he tried to catch Lucius sleeping, and it is what it is. So we come to the choose.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, I tell you what. You think the kid had a hard, you think it's hard for this kid to hold off RJ White and everybody. He's got 2 veterans behind him now that know how to get around this racetrack between Bob Page and Rich Rohr. These last 3 laps are going to be the hardest 3 laps of this boy's life.
Absolutely. The Hall of Famer Rich Rohr. Can he get back to victory lane? Can Bob Page pull one out and get into victory lane? Or does Brendan Lucius go to victory lane for the second time? 3 laps to decide it. Green's in the air. Richie to the outside, not going to get there off of 2.
Coming down into 3 and 4. Comes out of 4. We're going to be 28 laps in, 2 laps to go.
Rich Rohr all over the back of the 81 of Brendan Lucius. Can he get around? White flag going to come out this time. Rich Rohr, Brendan Lucius, white flag in the air.
'81 car down the backstretch into the 3. Comes out of 4, gonna win first race in 2024 at Mid-Vid Speedway. First feature win at Mid-Vid Speedway. Brendan Lucius, Rich Rohr, Bob Page, George Riddle, Jimmy Carter, RJ White, Andrew Smart, Bob Snyder, Kevin Gardner, Neil Rowling, Jesse Adams, Bob Eichel, Denny Benjamin, Caleb Loftus, Curtis Collins. I'll tell you what, guys, give a round of applause to this kid. What a race.
What a good race between RJ White, Brendan Lucius, Rich Rohr. Man, what a good late model race. It sucked that we had a little bit of pause in there, but you know what? Good racing. And this kid worked his butt off. This crew has rebuilt this car time and time again. And tell you what, his luck turned around last week. Pulling in to H&M Collision Victory Lane in the floors. Medina Mountain Motors, 50s Place Diner, Lucius Graphics, Can Settle Car Wash, Import Auto Care, TWL Racing sponsored number 81. This kid just had a tumultuous season, start to the year, his first full-time year here at Mid-Vid Speedway. Picked up a win as a rookie last year. And he'll climb out of this 81 for the first time in this car in victory lane at Mid-Vid Speedway. Buckeye Speed Podcast going to be fun this week. Here is your Macintosh Oil Company late model winner, Brendan Lucius. All right, look at what I got sitting there. You ready? Well, we'll get the interview on the road first, then we'll do that, okay? First of all, your interpretation of what happened with RJ in turn one.
I didn't see him coming. My spotter was telling me he was there, and then I just felt him hit me and went sliding through the turn, so.
Is what it is, right? I mean, racing deal, obviously. He was just, he had to go. And then on the restart, you look in your mirror, you see Bob Page, who can drive anything, with 2 wheels or 4. And then you see a Hall of Famer alongside him. Was you thinking, oh, man?
Yeah, I was worried with the damage, and I knew I was going to have to do 3 perfect laps to hold him off.
And 3 perfect laps you did. You've had, I mean, it's well documented how terrible of a season, early part of the season you've had. Luck's changing, just like it does in racing.
Yeah, we had to get rid of that yellow, and I got to thank all my crew. Those guys have been busting their butts to get me here every week. And then all my sponsors. Without them, it wouldn't be racing.
Congratulations, buddy. Who you want to thank?
All those people, my sponsors, crew, mom, dad, and girlfriend, and Mike.
And hey, Chop, still doesn't have a win.
Yeah, he better win tonight, or it's going to be a long podcast.
Your winner, Brendan Lucius.
Driver and my co-announcer Chris Cale doing the Mountain Dew chug, as they promised each other they would do this if Brendan Lucius won a feature here. Congratulations to Brendan Lucius and the 81 team.
Just
so everybody knows, I was on the Buckeye Speed podcast a few weeks ago, and me and Pork Chop have a thing worked out that if we get into, if he ever gets the victory lane, we got something special for him to do in his first victory. And so Brendan's like, well, we got to do something for me if I get back into victory lane. So I told him we would shotgun Mountain Dews. That's going to be our thing if he wins the victory, if he gets back to victory lane. He did, so that's the reason why we shotgun the Mountain Dews. Next time we'll make the holes a little bit bigger because that wasn't very fun.
folks. Here we go. A-Main Racing, compact division. On the pole in the 64 car, going to be Jamie Leslie. Outside of him in the 0 car, the old-timer, Delmer Clark. In the 69, going to be Drew Roman. In the 36, going to be Rich Dunlap. In the 23, Mophead, Brenton Irwin. In the 68X, going to be Corbin Robinson. '78 is going to be Steven Feaster. 62 car going to be Caden Scott. XX1 Justin Riley. In the number 9 car, normally driven by Gavin Roop. Brandon France. 57 car, Blaze Bacon. 72 car, Nolan Caldwell. Your B-Main future winner. 20 car, Larry Ennis Jr. 59, Braden Furby. Rounding out your field in the 42, Damian Andrews. Here we go. A-Main racing time for these compacts.
The My Water Doctor compacts are green. Jamie Leslie on the pole, and caution on the speedway. Problems for Caden Scott in the 62.
White flag, 20 laps, we will go. Complete restart. Jamie Leslie, old-timer, Delmer Clark in the 0. Gonna bring him into green flag racing next time around. 20 laps.
My Water Doctor compacts. Taking a look at the back, you got Larry Ennis Jr. back there. You got Damian Andrews, Brady Furby, and Nolan Caldwell. Green flag in the air.
And we're racing.
'59 of Furby transferred in with the 20 of Ennis, the 42 of Damian Andrews, and the 72 of Nolan Caldwell. Oh, and problems for the 68. Robinson goes to the pit area. Caution on the speedway, and we've got Blaze Bacon and Delmer Clark on the back straightaway.
Blaze Bacon hits hard into Delmer Clark.
My goodness. And you still got the 68 of Corbin Robinson, who had an issue, and he's still sitting in the pit chute.
He just locked up the tires, Chris, and went for a ride to the pit chute. I remember doing that one night.
I don't know if he lost a motor, and that's what initially happened. I don't know.
I don't know, but I'm going to tell you something, Chris. I'm going to tell you a story where we got a little time.
Well, let's make sure we got the 57 and 0 are okay over there on the back straightaway. It looks like Delmer Clark's moving. We'll wait to officially get word, but I think they're both all right.
Yeah, Blaze is moving too.
Yeah, I mean, they're both moving. It looks like Alan Clark going to try and pull away. He was kind of the one I was worried about because he took the shot in the driver's side door.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
Never want to see the driver's side door get hit. Looks like he's going to try and pull away. And it looks like both drivers are okay. And definitely going to need a hook for the point leader. We'll see what happens off of turn number 2 here.
Yeah, I don't know what happens.
Well, there's Corbin Robinson either locking up the tire or having some type of issue, and he goes straight up the racetrack.
Clips.
Yeah,
Delmer.
he did get into the 0. and got him sideways.
I'll tell you what, that 68 might have blew up.
That's what I'm saying. Something happened. Then Domer spins over there, and Blaze Bacon just comes along and see if they keep moving forward here. Yeah, good job by the Mid-Vid camera crew. Justin Riley just missed him, and Blaze Bacon had nowhere to go and drilled him. Wow. Hard impact as you see it on Randy Vision over there in turn number 2. Glad Blaze Bacon, number 1, first and foremost, is okay. Glad that Alan Clark is okay. And we've also got Corbin Robinson, who flew through the pit chute, apparently having some type of mechanical issue, because if he just locked up the tire, he's going to stay on the racetrack.
Right, right.
So obviously something big happening, and here's a different angle of that hit.
I'll tell you what, Chris.
Justin
Blaze
Riley
hit the wall. He hit Delmer.
Yeah.
But the damage was on the right front, I believe, and I think he stuffed that in the wall too, and I think that's what bent the right front.
What a move by Justin Riley.
Oh
my goodness!
Move.
What a move by Justin Riley to not take damage.
Move.
Yeah. See, Robinson. Yeah, there's definitely how Justin Riley misses Alan Clark. I'll never know. And in Blaze, you can see he's all over the brakes, trying to get woed up. And by that time, Clark was just too high, and he just buried the left front into the left front of Alan Clark. Yeah, he could have got the groceries out of the back. Did you see the trunk?
The trunk
go open?
Yeah, blew up.
So they got him on the hook. Glad to see everybody's okay. Tough break for the point leader as Blaze Bacon going pit side and watching his point lead shrink.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. Now we got these on the hookers. Corbin Robinson went for a ride too, and I'm going to tell you something right now. That is the scariest ride that you'll ever take around this track, because I did it one year in the 00 car. I went into 1 and 2 and lost brakes completely. And I shot through that pit gate, and we had guardrails at that time, and I bounced off them guardrails, and it's just a scary ride. And I can only imagine what Corbin Robinson was going through while he had brakes locked up going through that pit gate. You don't know what's going to happen.
No, and how about Bryant Smith when he had that throttle hang up and absolutely destroyed the gremlin over there?
Oh, yeah, I remember.
And he almost cleared the wall in the pit chute.
Yeah. I remember that.
That was just, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, maybe?
3 years ago. It was a street stop, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was red before he got the gremlin.
Okay.
It was the red number 1. So we'll see. It looks like Corbin Robinson going to be moved out over there. It looks like everything's getting moved along over there. I'm guessing he is okay. And Alan Clark... Yeah, so Corbin Robinson is being pushed away as his car is moving back towards the pit area, and Alan Clark pit side as well. So, my goodness. Again, just a reminder, here at Mid-Vid Speedway, coming up next Saturday night, Federated Auto Parts bringing you Christmas in July night. Also, in 2 weeks, Hall of Fame night, we will induct our new Hall of Fame class here at Mid-Vid Speedway, Old Timers Night or Throwback Night here at Mid-Vid Speedway, and also 3 weeks, the must-see sprint cars. 2 divisions of sprint cars here at Mid-Vid Speedway, 12-second laps around this place. It's incredible. And then on August 10th, as you see up on the Randy Vision screen in turn 2, August 10th, trailer race, reverse race, skid plate race, flagpole race, Enduro 100, figure 8 race, chain race, long jump, parking lot drags, rollover contest, burnout competition, power wheel derby. We got full-size, stock full-size, mild weld full-size, stock compact, weld compact, and youth compact derbies. The Night of Destruction brought to you by Lutz Drive-Thru, going to be impressive. So we're getting ready to go back to green flag racing. Jamie Leslie up front. You've got Dunwoody right there on the inside. And I believe that is Riley on the outside. Green flag in the air. No, it's Drew Romig on the outside.
Yeah, Drew Romig in the 69 car, Chris. Dunwoody looks to the bottom of Jamie Leslie. Oh, and we got a spin out. Jamie Leslie sitting down in 3 and 4. Contact between Dunwoody and Jamie Leslie.
Unlock your device.
So you guys saw the replay over there, and we're going to pull Rich Dunlap over and Jamie Leslie over. very similar to what we did with R.J. White and Bob Snyder Jr. You know, you guys saw what we saw up here in the tower. Same replay. It's a tough call. It's a racing incident. There was contact. Did the 36 come down? Or I mean, did the 64 come down? Did the 36 go up? Total different scenario than what we saw in the late model race in turn 1, but very similar to what we saw between Bob Snyder Jr. and R.J. White in that late model race early on in turn 3 and 4.
Right, and I'll tell you what, folks, not only do we see what we see on the track, but it's a tough decision up here as the officials have to make the right call. We got to make the best call. And what we see, you see. So that's the plus side of it. Yeah, we're gonna wait and see what happens here. We're gonna see what these two drivers say and go from there.
Ultimately, we give our opinions. The officials around the racetrack give their opinions on what they saw, and the race director has to put together all of our opinions and the opinions of the So the 36 of Rich Dunlap charged with the caution. The 64 of Jamie Leslie. Back up front, we will choose at the choose cone. So the 64 of Leslie, the 69 of Drew Romig. The XX1 of Justin Riley. The 23 of Brent Irwin. Riley's going to take the top as Romig and the 23 of Irwin take the bottom.
racing. One lap in, folks.
One. We got one in.
19 laps to go. Green flag racing. Jamie Leslie, Justin Riley, coming out of 2, battle for that number 1 position.
Justin Riley trying to take over the race lead and does at the line. Jamie Leslie back to the 2nd spot. Still trying to battle on the bottom lane. Justin Riley, Jamie Leslie. Riley still in that 2nd lane. Has the bottom if he wants it. Still chooses not to take it.
Justin Riley, your leader. As they battle down the backstretch, he crossed the line first. So he is your leader. It looks like he's going to clear the 64.
He's cleared him a couple times.
Yeah.
There he's got it.
Riley, your leader. 64 car, Jamie Leslie 2nd. Drew Roaming 3rd. Good battle between Steven Feaster and Brenton Irwin in the 23 for that 4th and 5th position.
Justin Riley, your race leader. Jamie Leslie 2nd. Drew Romig 3rd. Eric Feaster, Brenton Irwin battle for the 4th and 5th spots. Brandon France getting around Drew Romig for the 3rd spot. Justin Riley and the 64 of Jamie Leslie in a different time zone. 11 laps complete, 12 this time. 8 laps to go for Justin Riley.
Good battle between Brenton Irwin and Drew Roaming, as Drew Roaming going to take the top spot there for the 4th position. Brenton Irwin going to fall back to the 5th position as he looks to the outside of Drew Roaming. I'll tell you what, with 16 laps in, look who's on the move, that number 9 car. Trying to hunt down the 64. I don't know if he's going to have enough time to catch the XX1, but he might get the 64.
Yeah, he's got enough time to get around the 64, Jamie Leslie. Don't think he's going to have the time to get to Justin Riley. But I'll tell you what, that 9 of Brandon France has come from a long way back. to battle in that second position, for that second position with 2 laps to go. White flag for Justin Riley. Brandon France trying to get around Leslie for that second spot as they work through lap traffic. Into turn number 3 and off of turn number 4, Justin Riley, your feature winner. Jamie Leslie second. The 9 of Brandon France finishes third. Then the 23 of Brenton Irwin. And the 72 of Nolan Caldwell. Nolan Caldwell coming from the B feature, transferring up and getting a top 5 in the A main.
As he rolls down here in the victory lane, I know one of the sponsors on this car, my water doctor, SF1. Rocking on racing, rocking on rails racing. That boy pretty much does it by himself. Unstrapping, buckling. Here it comes, boy. Everyone get a round of applause for Justin Riley. All right, come on. I know we talked this week. We didn't know if we talked to each other at all this year. Well, sometime yesterday, I think it was last night, we were talking about, I don't know if I've ever interviewed you, and I think I have. I think this is the second time I've interviewed you just this year.
I think you're right, yep. Last time and this time, so.
Well, I'll tell you what, how'd you do it? The car looked good.
I don't know, it didn't qualify well, so we just made a few adjustments and they seemed to help, and just got lucky and made it up to the front.
I'll tell you what, this thing's been fast. I think you won, wasn't it 2 weeks ago? Or has it been 3 weeks in a row you've won?
Last race, this race, and then opening night.
Correct. So I did interview the last race. I'll tell you what, this thing's on rails, dude. It's fast.
Yep, we're just working away, making it quicker each week.
Who would you like to thank?
Everyone over here, family, friends, and my water doctor.
There you go. Everyone give a round of applause for Justin Riley.
So moving into the Wayne Dalton Sales and Service Street Stocks for their 20-lap feature. Starting on the pole, the 75 is Tyler Harmon. On the outside, Nate Smart. Row number 2, Brady Cart and Pork Chop Brandon Thomas. Row number 3, the 22 of Kylie Wood and the 67 of Bob Page. Row 4, the 58 is Zach Koger, the 88 of Dennis Wood, your fastest qualifier. Actually, I take that back. The 118 of Colt Walker is your fastest qualifier. The 99 of Jason Gruhl, the 00 of Vinny Tannerelli, the 64 of Luke Porco, the 21 is Dave Sluka, and the 75 is Bob Passwater Sr. 20-lap, Wayne Dalton Sales and Service Street Stocks. Getting ready to go green, Tyler Harmon and Nate Smart. Field is in their hands. Chief starter Jonathan Smith. Green flag in his hand. Ready to go racing. 20-lap feature underway.
Nathan Smart jumps out for the first. Up front and lane. Oh, and we got a little bit of a mayhem going, but everybody collects it, keeps it calm, and keeps racing. Nathan Smart, your leader. Tyler Harmon second. Brady Cart third. Good battle between Kogar and the 5-car Brandon Thomas. For that 5th position, here comes Colt Walker.
Colt Walker, your fastest qualifier, trying to get around Brandon Thomas, and does. Quick work of the 5. Here comes the 67 as well. Man on the move right now, Zach Koger in that 58, and Colt Walker. Those two hooked together, coming to the front. They're up to 5th and 6th. Right now, Nate Smart out front. The 75 of Tyler Harmon in tow. They're pulling away from Brady Cart just a little bit. 4 complete.
Good battle between the 22 car of Kylie Wood and Kogar in the 58 and Colt Walker in the 118. As Kogar to the outside, and here comes Bob Page around Kogar.
I'm not sure if there was a little bit of contact between Kogar and the 118 of Walker, or if the 58 just slipped a little bit. Either way, he lost a little bit of track time, and now Kylie Wood to the inside of Brady Cart. And that's going to bring Colt Walker right along with her. So move the 22 and 118 to 3rd and 4th. Trying to run down the front 2 up front. 7 laps on the board.
Tyler Harmon all over the back bumper of that 17 car, Chris. One mistake and Harmon could take the lead out from underneath the Nathan Smart in that 17 car. Here comes Kylie Wood in the 3rd position, gaining on the front 2 cars. Kylie Wood in that 22 all over the back bumper to the 75. She's there with the top 2 cars. Top 3 cars nose to tail. tail. 12 laps in out of this 20-lap feature.
Well, right now it looks like a freight train. The first 6 cars all nose to tail, a little bit of separation back to Brady Cart. But the front 6 all glued together. We'll see who's going to step out and make a move. Kylie Wood thinking about an inside move on Tyler Harmon. Right now, Nate Smart doing exactly what he needs to do with 5 laps to go. 5 to go for Nate Smart. Kylie Wood said, all right, we're done with this. And there goes the 75 of Tyler Harmon spinning into the infield. Caution on the speedway. And it looked like Kylie Wood said, okay, it's time to go. Got to the inside of Tyler Harmon, and Tyler kind of coming down to block a little bit, and Kylie not lifting off the gas, and that led to the 75 in the infield. And
yeah, it's going to be interesting to look at this review and see what happens. All right, folks, so the 22 car is going to be charged with the caution. She's going to go tail end after she preaches her story here on the backstretch. Even though she's not going to win this. But
yeah, I mean, look, she got in there, got in a little hot, got into the 75. I think what she's probably saying is well, I gave him time to gather it up. Yes, but.
you came back in and hit him again.
He came back and got him again. So
not only did you do one prong one, you did 2 prong
you did too.
You pulled a little hand pretty much.
So what you're saying is you're lucky she doesn't get double the penalty.
Oh, you ain't
kidding. Okay.
I know I would have back in the day. They probably would have tossed me off the track. Dave Salutin, the 21 car, unfortunately drives to the pit side. Tough break for him. First night out, that car, beautiful car, Chris. It's probably going to take him a minute to get back into the ball game and the adjustments here.
All right, so they'll get the 1 to go signal this time. We'll choose down there. Still got our mini trucks, still got our figure eights, still got our Crown Vics to finish up week number 10.
10 weeks before Go ahead, sir.
No, I was just going to say, unfortunately, we end up running a little bit later than what we normally do because we have to start an hour later because of the heat. So just trying to make sure everybody stays as safe as we can. So we push back a little bit. That means you're just going to get home an hour later. Sorry, that's just, you give and take, right?
I'll tell you what, we're already 10, we're halfway through our season.
Oh, we're more than halfway.
Oh, yeah, we're more, yeah, you're right.
We're more than halfway just because of rainouts and everything else. But yeah, you would think, I think average, 17, 18, between 17 and 20 nights is usually about the average, depending on what the weather happens. So I think you schedule, like 24, I think. But all right, let's get back to green flag racing. Nate Smart trying to hold him off. Green's in the air, 5 to go.
Good battle between the 75 and the 67 of Bob Page and Tyler Harmon. Coming out of 4, Harmon going to be your leader. Harmon going to be in second position. Oh boy, look at 3 wide down the back strip.
Colt Locker backed out of it. Smart move because he wasn't there, but he tried it. Tyler Harmon trying to play both sides of the street. And right now it's working, and the benefactor of that is Nate Smart, who's your race leader, and driving away because Harmon's having to play defense.
Yeah, it's always good when you're leading this race and you see them cars second, third, and fourth all battling together. That just puts a smile on the leader. Keep on doing it, boys.
White flag in the air. Off of turn number 4, off of turn number 2. Nate Smart, your race leader. And off of turn number 4, checkered flag. Nate Smart, your winner. Tyler Harmon going to finish second. Colt Locker in third. Dennis Wood fourth. And Bob Page rounding out your top 5.
And he rolls into victory lane. Bears Electric, Wise Motorsports, My Water Doctor, Father Time, AES Flooring, Luke's Auto Body.
Crew,
Family, down here. Getting unbuckled.
he's got a smile on his face.
Hey, everybody give a round of applause to Nathan Smart.
Mom gives him a pat on the back. Come over here, stud. This is the first time for us. Well, that's impressive. How many is that this year? Three.
At for you, that's really good. I'm impressed, buddy. I'm proud of you, too. Who would you like to thank on this car?
I'd like to thank Bear Electric, Wise Motorsports, My Water Doctor, Father Time, AS Flooring, Lutz Body and Paint, Ed Cortman, my dad, my brother, everyone that's worked on this thing pretty much.
Tell me, I mean, you pretty much started up front. Tell me how you did it.
I just try to stay over my time and not go too fast, not get out of hand or nothing.
There you go. Everyone give a round of applause to Nathan Smart.
So we move to the the O'Reilly Auto Parts mini trucks for their feature, Trenton Croft. The 42 of Brady McLean on the front row, green flag in the air. The 99 is Bob Johnson, the 443 of Eddie McLean, in the 442 of Connor McLean. Brady McLean trying to take the lead from Trenton Croft on the outside. We've got three McLeans in the outside lane, Croft and a Johnson on the inside.
Trenton Croft running a good race right now as Brady McLean in the 42 trying to get around them.
Good racing in our mini truck feature right now, O'Reilly Auto Parts mini trucks. Brady McLean trying to battle back in that outside lane. All the McLeans still out there. The Croft is still leading on the inside. Trent Croft, the youngster, doing a great job with 6 laps complete. And that's the thing about these mini trucks, and we say it week in and week out. If we'd have 5 or 6 more of these things, it'd be the best division we got.
Oh, you ain't kidding. It definitely would be.
These guys put on a whale of a show every week.
I keep hearing that there's more trucks coming out, but exactly. And you know, we're missing Big Fever tonight. You know, halfway there. 8 in, 8 more to go, folks. Trenton Croft doing a heck of a job.
Trenton Croft doing a whale of a job. The youngster trying to hang on. And we finally busted up the McLeans in the outside lane. It's your champion from a year ago, Connor McLean. And he is right up the tailgate of Trenton Croft. He's got his brother and his dad to his outside. Bob Johnson slipping back in the 99 machine just a little bit. Connor McLean trying to get around Brady so can do something with the 29 of Croft, and Brady McLean up the racetrack. And now here comes Connor. Connor McLean looking to the outside of Trenton Croft. 3 laps to go this time around.
Good battle between Trenton Croft and Connor McLean on the outside. Can Connor clear him? Croft gets a little loose coming out of 4, backfires a little bit. White flag, 1 lap to go for Trenton Croft. Can he pull off the upset with Connor McLean on the outside of him? They go down into 3 and 4. Oh, Trenton Croft.
I couldn't tell from where I was standing. I was standing right down here.
Scoring Tower's got the 29 truck, Chris, but we're going to have to look.
What an incredible mini truck race. I told you guys, this is one of the best, craziest divisions we've had. What a finish between Trenton Croft and Connor McLean. We'll see who won. All right, let's see. Listen, I don't care what anybody says, whether you won this thing or not, and we'll find out once we look at the replay. You drove a heck of a race, dude.
Special thanks to Dad and everybody. If we win, we've just been working our asses off to get here.
I'll tell you what, and dude, you can't let all these McLeans battle up on you. You're the only one not related out there.
Someone's got to beat them.
I agree. We'll see as soon as we get the call. Still looking at replays to determine the winner of this one. Dude, you McLean people just teaming up on people that you aren't related to.
It's hard to team up on him when he can't pass him, man. He's fast.
Dude, we say it week in and week out. This division just continues to put on great racing.
But I will say that there's a lot of, shouldn't say people here, but people you're scared to go door to door with and throw it in there with. And Trenton, he never did me dirty. We sat, inches apart and never touched me. Clean racer, and I love racing with him.
Absolutely. We will see Matthew Helms down here looking at the placement of the transponders after taking a look at the photo finish. We'll see what Matthew Helms decides. Well, or not what he decides, what the video and the timing and scoring says. You want it? Okay. Connor McLean is your winner. So we will get I don't know what the differential was, but you got to look at placement of the transponders and all that stuff. And listen, Trenton Croft, great job, buddy. Great run. And beautiful looking truck. And looking forward to seeing the 29 truck out here a little bit more.
Oh, little dude, that was wild.
So hearing the photo finish was the 442 by a nose, but the transponders maybe telling a little bit different tale, and the 29 of Trenton Croft had his transponder forward of his rear axle tube, and the 442 was on the axle tube. So there you go. And your winner ends up helping to restart the guy he just beat. All right, so no dramatics. You're never one for dramatics.
I don't feel too good about that one. He needs his first win. He's going to get it, but I don't feel too good about that one.
Well, if you don't feel too good about it, why didn't you just back off?
Nobody wants to get it handed to him, man.
I know, I hear you, man. Congratulations, buddy. Who you want to thank?
D&K Services, Cindy Leslie, my dad, Jason Shaw, my brother, my smoking hot girlfriend over there looking down. Hey, baby.
Hey, you'll see her later, right?
Absolutely.
Congratulations, buddy. No fence climbing tonight. It's too hot.
That's too hot, and I'm getting too fat.
All right. Your winner, Connor McLean.
Hey, you guys didn't give my brother a team race. Oh, his first one.
Hey, look, it's Connor McLean.
He's in victory lane. Connor McLean, your winner.
Hey, that was pretty good, Chris.
Yeah. Here O'Reilly Auto Parts mini trucks.
Connor McLean in victory lane on nose, literally. Good thing he has a big nose. On his truck, that is.
Henwood Green Flag Racing, Kyle Gruhl in the 199. Ronald Sheon in the 61. Rob, no, it's not Rob. Oh, it is Rob Scott in the 88. Travis Ross in the 118. Nick Peoples in the 68P. Nathan Smart in the 17. Tyler Gruhl in the 99.
So way out front is Kyle Gruhl right now in the A10 Warthog. Rob Scott in second, Travis Roth in third, and Nate Smart, your fastest qualifier with the numbers that are making me dizzy, are up to the fourth spot. So right now, Kyle Gruhl, your race leader. Rob Scott in second, and Travis Roth and Nate Smart not able to get around that 88 machine right now in our new Crown Vic division started this year, and caution on the speedway. And speeding ticket for the 199 of Kyle Gruhl. I was going to say, I looked at the racetrack, didn't see anything, and I heard Matthew say speeding ticket.
I'll tell you what, Chris. We started out with 3. We dropped to 2 a couple times. We got to 4. Now we're up to 7 cars. This class is growing.
It is growing. And look, you know, it's not going to happen overnight. So what we're hoping is that this class continues. Maybe we get 1 or 2 more throughout the rest of the season. And then some people will realize how fun this division is. It's fairly inexpensive. No racing is cheap. So we'll just say it's not as expensive as the rest. We'll put it that way.
Right.
And the key is going to be to keep the rules at a minimum, to make this a affordable class for somebody to come and have a hobby doing. And then guys and girls build cars over the winter, and we show up next year with, I don't know, 12, 15 of these things.
That'd be great. That would be great.
I'll do the choose down here in turn number 4, behind the 88 of Rob Scott. 118 to the bottom, 68 to the top. Oh, I thought they were choosing too. So they're actually trying to get the 68P behind the 17 of Smart so they can choose.
Once again, we need radios, Chris, you know.
Well, they have radios, they're just not properly using them.
Right. No, you're absolutely right. We need guys to pay attention to our radios.
Yeah, that always helps when we're up here trying to tell them what to do, and yeah, it helps to listen. We'll just put it that way. It's just like when you're a kid, right? You tell your kid all the time, if you listen, everything will be fine. Just listen. Well, you tell race drivers the same thing. Just freaking listen.
All right, next time around, we're going to take the white flag. We're going to choose lanes here.
Yeah, now we'll choose. Still got figure 8s to wrap things up after our Crown Vics. It's actually a pretty nice night out right now. I mean, it's pretty comfortable out there. Yeah.
It is. After having the day we had, it was hot.
Oof.
You know, I've been here since 1 o'clock.
Yep.
And, yeah, you're right. It has cooled off. Nathan Smart to the outside. Travis Roth to the bottom.
All right. So Rob Scott going to lead them in. And 4 laps complete. 11 laps to go for our Ross Mountain Barbecue and Catering Crown Vics. Rob Scott, your leader. Travis Roth and Nate Smart. Green flag back in the air.
Scott still your leader. Nathan Smart. Travis Roth battle for that second position as Nathan Smart drops back to 3rd. Five in, 10 to go.
Travis Roth to the inside of Rob Scott. New race leader. Travis Roth, your new race leader. Here comes Nate Smart, going to follow 118 through. Rob Scott going to drop back to the 3rd spot. Kyler Gruhl going to try and take it away from him. Crown Vic Nick right there as well.
Nathan Smart, they're all over the back bumper of the 118. Coming in on halfway in, 8 to go. 8 laps in. 7 to go. Nathan Smart all over the back bumper of that 118. He looks to the bottom. Oh boy, can he go 2 for 2 tonight? Nathan Smart, they make contact a little bit coming out of 3. Smart's gonna be your leader. 10 in, 5 to go for Nathan Smart.
Nate Smart, 3 laps to go this time around, looking to sweep the night. Pulling double duty. White flag for Nate Smart. 1 lap away from pulling the sweep. Travis Roth in the 2nd spot. The 99 of Kyler Gruhl. And Crown Vic Nick in the 68P off turn number 4. Twin checkers for Nate Smart. So I don't know if he's trying to hit both of us or what he's doing, but he's going to pull into HM Collision Victory Lane. He's not up by the wall where he's supposed to be. There's no sponsors on the car, but it's gray, and I've got vertigo because of the numbers. As he gets ready to climb out. He's got a little orange tape on it. That's so he doesn't scratch his butt when he gets in out of the window. I'm pretty sure. Did you do the welding job on this thing? You could have put a bead across there instead of tape, dude. All right. Here's your Crown Vic winner, first night out in the Crown Vics. Your winner, Nate Smart, pulling the sweep. All right, so before I give this to Hans, I got to ask you, dude, do you even have a permit?
No.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Here.
Hold on here. So you ain't got a permit. You realize this was a cop car, right?
Yeah.
So you're out stealing cop cars now.
If that's what you call it.
Congratulations, buddy. Tell you what, 2 for 2. You had to earn this one a little bit. You had to work.
Yeah, for sure.
How was it? Pretty fast.
It wasn't too bad.
Once again, who would you like to thank?
I'd like to thank my dad, Ed Cortman, Kyler Gruhl for helping on the car, getting us started. Fig Newtons.
Fig Newtons, big sponsor, I heard, that come on board, huh?
Oh, yeah, sold on the windshield.
Once again, congratulations to Nate Smart. So the 69 car is Drew Romy, the 00 is Blake Miley, 68 is Josh Robinson, the number 9 is Blaze Bacon, normally driven by Gavin Roop. I'm not quite sure who is in the 212. I think it's Kyle Rector.
It is Kyle Rector in the 212.
Okay,
Courtesy
perfect.
of Dave Hoopenberg.
Thank you, Kel.
All right, hands, get ready to go green.
Here we go. So Drew Romy, Kyle Rector gonna bring him in green flag racing. Rector jumps out to the lead. Here comes Josh Robinson in second. Drew Romy falls back. Blaze Bacon third in the number 9. Blake Riley and the Miley and the 00 just sideways in turns 1 and 2. Rector gonna lead lap number 1. Blaze Bacon all over the back bumper of Josh Robinson. Rector got a nice little lead over Josh Robinson in that 68 car, that second. Blaze Bacon all over the back bumper of that 68 car.
Kyle Rector out in front. Josh Robinson trying to run him down, and then you got a three-way battle behind them. Pretty good battle for these guys, but right now Kyle Rector checking out a little bit.
Yes, nice little lead with Kyle Rector. Josh Robinson still holding down that second position. Blaze Bacon has fallen back to 4th position. Blake Miley all over the back bumper of that number 9 car as they go down into the corner. Drew Romy up to 3rd position all over the back bumper of the 68X of Josh Robinson. 5 in, 10 to go, Chris. Kyle Rector still has a good lead on the second place car of Josh Robinson as Drew Romy is battling for that second position. Blake Miley in 4th. Blaze Bacon falls back to 5th. Almost looked like something's wrong with that number 9 car, Chris.
Yeah, he's not having a very good race in that number 9 machine right now, but Drew Romy smoking the right front on that thing, trying to get around Josh Robinson there. They're getting sorted out a little bit. 5 to go. Not sure we're going to get anybody at the X or not. We'll see. A lot of contact there between Roving and Robinson. Robinson off the racetrack. Josh Robinson went into the grass, over the river, through the woods. He didn't go to Grandma's house, but he found his way back to 4th spot somehow or another in that 68 machine. And only a couple laps to go for Kyle Rector, who ran off and hid from Drew Roman.
No, Chris. He found his way back to Mid-Vid Speedway, Bob.
To having a little meeting at the X here.
13 laps in, 2 laps to go, folks.
Yeah. All right. 1 to go next time around. It's going to be close. Let's see. Rucker can get around, and can Blaze get through? It's getting closer. Let's see if it's close here. Here comes Rector. Here comes Blade. And checker flag for Kyle Rector. All right, week number 10 in the books, brought to you by Airgas in Dover, or I'm sorry, in New Philadelphia and Canton. We appreciate each and every one of you for sticking around. Figure 8 feature winner Kyle Rector in the 212. I'll catch a quick word with him. Thank you guys so much for spending your Saturday night here at Mid-Vid Speedway. We hope to see you back next week for Christmas in July night. No victory out for you? All right, well then,
It's too late in the evening, Mr. Rector.
So come on, power your butt out of here, TR holder. I should say the former TR holder that is now Kyle Rector.
As he climbs out.
Here's your winner, figure 8 winner, Kyle Rector. And you tried to go after the 9 there, but I saw you kind of point your nose towards him a little bit.
Maybe.
So, just saying, if he happened to be in the X, and you happen to be in the X, would you hit him?
I think we can all answer that.
Okay, fair enough. I probably shouldn't have asked it, but I figured I did it anyway. But anyway, it was fun. Did you have a fun ride?
Oh, yeah, I love stuff like that. Just like the Enduros and stuff. That gets me going.
So you're going to be back in a couple weeks for the, the big night of destruction?
Yes.
Yes is the answer. Who you want to thank on this thing?
Really, just everybody that helps me out. And actually, the weird thing is I called Riley to mess with him, and he's the one that told me to bring it down. So I guess I got to thank him.
All right, congratulations, buddy. Good job.
Thanks.
Your winner, Kyle Rector.
Once again, be safe, be careful going home. Enjoy the finish to your weekend. And please don't speed through Midvale. As Buddha would say, watch for those bubble gums on top of those police cars.
Hey, Garrett.